Hey everybody, Michelle here. Happy Tuesday, which maybe feels like a Monday. I don't know. This week I'm already like all screwed up about which day it is, but welcome. Um, welcome to the Happy Mama Healthy Baby live show episode 29. Today we're going to be talking. I feel like I sound like very tired and low energy. I don't know why. I'll try to pump it up for you guys. Today we're talking about planning, to-do lists, and how to still be a calm mom with that. So I don't know how all of you moms out there, if you have just to-do lists. I'm totally a list person, and the way I track that kind of stuff has evolved over the years. If you're watching, say hi. I want to know who's watching. Sometimes it tells me who, sometimes it doesn't. Um, just talk about like how to get things done, to-do list wise. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. um, what was I just gonna say? Oh yeah, I was just gonna say. Well, anyway, welcome. Let me start over. My name is Michelle Beckner. If you haven't joined me before, then I'm happy to have you here. I do the Michelle Beckner Family Wellness. I help mamas take care of themselves so that they can feed their babies right. So not only do I help moms take care of themselves, but as far as feeding babies right, I do starting solids, and then my main focus is breastfeeding moms whose babies have allergies or food sensitivities. So the way it works is Tuesday nights, I'm here talking about happy mama stuff and like planning and time management, productivity, being a calm mom, all that kind of stuff. Just taking care of yourself. And then Fridays, I talk about healthy baby stuff. So a lot with babies with allergies, and then also some good stuff on starting solids. So that's what I'm usually here for. So if you're watching the replay, I hope you skipped like the first 15, 30 seconds because I don't know what's going on with me. I keep looking over because I've got notes over here. So before I get into that, like while we're on the topic of how I do this show, I've been thinking a lot, like just today really, about maybe changing the name and the format of my show. I just feel like a lot of the topics that I want to talk about kind of like could go either way. They don't fit only with being a calm mom or a happy mom or only with baby nutrition. They kind of like cover both topics, which is, I mean, that's life, right? Like things overlap and you've got gray areas, and especially being a mom, like it's all kind of interconnected. If you're happy and healthy, then your baby's happy and healthy. And that's kind of what I talk about. So I'm thinking about maybe changing the name, changing the format so that each show I'm just talking about stuff rather than, specific Tuesdays about mom and Fridays about baby. So let me know what you think about that, and let me know if you have any cool show names. I don't know. I try to go off of like the MLB. That's my initials, if you didn't know. And I do that. I'm not a baseball fan at all, but I just think it's kind of cool. And funny, I guess. I don't know. I always joke that because Beckner is my married name. It's not my maiden name. But no matter what, I'm Michelle Lynn. So no matter what, I'm Major League, and no matter what it is, right? Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about as far as the show. And then kind of going off of that too, I am in like the throes of weaning right now, sort of, I guess you could say. It's a gradual process, but we're really making some progress on weaning Bradley. And like I told my husband the other day, I don't know, a week or two ago, I'm ready for him to be ready. Like I don't want to stop it before Bradley wants to stop. But if he's ready to stop nursing, then I'm all for it. So we're down to, today was his first day at school without a bottle, and he did really, really well. And and over the weekend, he went down for a nap without me nursing him. So we're doing good. So if anyone's interested in the topic of weaning, if you're there or you're just thinking about it, let me know if you want me to do a show on it. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I've been through it. This is my second time going through it, and each experience has been different, so I can at least tell you, my experiences and what's worked for me. And then as far as weaning, I've been having a really hard time, like, eating like a normal person again. Like, I get stuffed. and like super full so easily now because I'm not making as much milk. And I've literally been breastfeeding or pregnant for close to 4 years. In December or January, it'll be 4 years that I've been pregnant and or breastfeeding. So I've been eating extra calories for a long time. I've been used to it. So I'm trying to like get back to eating like a normal person. So today I've like had a little bit of a stomach ache all day because I think I've just been stuffing myself just because I'm used to like bigger portion sizes, but I don't need them anymore. So I've got my peppermint tea. Hopefully it'll make me feel better. But yeah, if anyone wants to talk about the topic of weaning and eating less, eating like a normal person again, or breastfeeding hunger or whatever, let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it. Let's see, what other updates do I want to talk about? Oh, just one other thing. Well, I guess kind of two. Well, going off of my tea, I've got two mom hacks for you. One is I make myself a cup of tea pretty much every night. Like, I don't know, most nights. In the winter, it's pretty much every night. And our teapot broke, or I shouldn't say it broke. I had left it on for too long, and it like basically melted onto our stove. So lately I've just been boiling water in just like a pot, which works fine. But either way, whether you use a teapot or you boil water in a pot or you have an electric kettle or anything, one awesome mom hack is like after I wash all the dishes, I make myself a cup of tea, and the extra boiling water in the teapot, I just pour around the sink, and sink is sanitized and clean. So that's my little mom hack for keeping our sink clean. And then another little hack that I discovered tonight. We had pasta for dinner tonight, and I had some like leftover stuff, and so basically I made pasta 3 ways, which like seems like a lot of work, but it was like super super easy, and it was amazing for getting the kids to eat because if I feel like if I were to give them each pasta separately, like that's all we had for dinner, they probably, I mean Bradley maybe would have, but in Jen, I don't know, they might not have eaten it, right? Or they might have put up a fight about, not a fight, but they would have like complained. And yeah, dinner time's always rough. Even for someone like me who like that's all I worry about. I feel like we eat a lot of healthy food here. But anyway, having 3 different healthy options kind of gave Genevieve, like it made her feel empowered to choose which one she wanted, and I was so happy because she chose the healthiest one. So for Brian and I made like a tuna pasta, I guess. It was super easy. So I just sliced up an onion, some tomatoes fresh from actually my mother-in-law's garden. She gave us some really great, I don't know, they're like cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes. They were like big. What else? Ton of garlic, some shredded zucchini that I had in the freezer, some frozen asparagus, just like a ton of veggies. I sauteed it all up with garlic and olive oil, added just like canned tuna, and then mixed it all in with some pasta. So that was kind of like the adult pasta, I guess. And then I put some aside and did one. I got this from Oshi Glows. She mixes, it's like her toddler friendly pasta recipe that she posted recently. You can check it out. But essentially she just mixes tomato sauce with hummus and then adds like some other stuff. So that's super yum, and Bradley loves hummus, so I put some aside and did that because I had like a little bit of tomato sauce frozen, leftover frozen in the freezer. So that was super quick to put together. And then I threw together a pesto, which I should do a show on pestos because they're like the ultimate easy thing to do. Easy way to use up leftovers, easy way to get healthy stuff into your body and into your kid's body. So I threw together a pesto. We have like, you should see our garden. We have a flower garden and a vegetable garden, and they're both like essentially weed gardens, but we have some good things pop up here and there. And I have some herbs in our flower garden, so I picked like what was left of our very sad looking basil plant. So I had like teeny little bit of basil, a couple handfuls of spinach, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, what else did I put in it? Some carrot tops, those carrot greens, I don't know what else, and then like some salt, some nutritional yeast, olive oil, teeny little bit of garlic. That's probably about it. Whizzed it all up in the food processor, and then that was the third pasta. So I had like the adult pasta with vegetables and tuna and stuff. I had the hummus tomato sauce mix, and then I had the pesto with all kinds of yummy greens. And guess which one Genevieve loved? She loved the one with the greens, and it made me so happy. She had like 3 servings of it. And then Bradley surprisingly loved tuna. Like he's had it a couple times before, because I eat tuna quite a bit. It's something that I like always have on hand. But yeah, he was like shoving it in his mouth, and then I ended up mixing it with like the pesto and some hummus, and like I had to open another can, and I was like mixing it all up and giving. He ate like half a can of tuna probably, and the other half I made for his lunch tomorrow. So that made me feel pretty good. So yeah, like a little mom hack. If you have all the stuff just like that happens to be handy, then it's easy. I mean, if you don't go out and make like 3 different pasta dishes, but it just turned out to be like a really easy weeknight meal, and it worked really well for us. So that was cool. I've probably been talking for like 10 minutes now. I haven't even gotten to our topic, but hopefully you found all that stuff interesting. Okay, so, that's hot. All right, so as far as to-do lists and planning, I'll try to keep it short and sweet. So I don't know, let me know if you are like one of those daily to-do list people, if you keep to-do lists on your phone, or if you just don't do to-do lists at all, or what. But for me, so I work part-time out of the house in Wilmington. It's like a, depending on traffic, 25 to 45 minute drive. So that's 3 days a week, more or less. And then I have my business, obviously. And then I'm a mom with 2 kids and a house and laundry and dishes and all that. So, and then like me, right? Like I need to do things for myself and do things that I enjoy and take care of myself too. So, just like any mom out there, I've got a lot on my plate. So whether you're a stay-at-home mom, full-time working mom, own your own business, or any combination of the 3, whatever, like you're going to have a lot on your plate. So there's, everybody kind of goes about it their own way, how they keep things organized. If you could do it all in your head, then you're like superwoman. But what I like to do, I have a journal, which is right here from Target. And it started with like the whole bullet journaling idea. So I won't get into that now, but you can Google it. And I really don't, I've been doing this for like 2 years now, and it's really evolved to just like what works for me. I don't necessarily write in it every day, but most days I'll write like little bullet points of what I want to get done. I usually write down my gratitude for the day, like 3 things I'm thankful for the day, just whatever. Like I use it to write down like notes and things, whatever. So, oh yeah, and our meal plans for the week, things like that. So whatever works for you, whether you're someone who does everything like electronically in your phone, if you like to have it all together in a journal, or if you're a person that likes to do planners, or if you just do loose sheets of paper every day. Like I know some people who just like take a Post-it note or a piece of paper and write down what they want to do for the day, and at the end of the day, like I guess write down the stuff they didn't get done, or I don't know, and then throw it out at the end of the day. So anyway, my point is there's lots of ways to do it. But things that I found that are really helpful. One, okay, I said I had 3 tips, but I probably have more than that. So the first thing I want to talk about is try to do your planning on a weekly basis rather than a daily basis for the most part. So I really kind of plan things monthly, weekly, and daily, but the bulk of like the nitty gritty is really done in my weekly planning. So usually monthly is mostly just for my business stuff. Like these are the things I want to get done for the month. But then weekly is the stuff that just is going on that week at my part-time job, for my business, personal life, home, whatever. I will write down things that I need to start with appointments, right? And then write down things that I need to get done for the week. Like I need to do at least 1 load of laundry this week because we're running out of underwear or something like that. So I write down everything that I would like to get done for the week. And I do my meal plan. I don't always do this on the same day of the week, but sometime on the weekend I usually try to do it all. So I have my list of kind of my goals for the week, right? And then I have sort of an idea of what days I'm going to work on what. It usually falls into place as far as what we have going on that week. So then each day I try to just pick very few things that I know I can get done that day. Um, and yeah, and then I go from there. I hope that's all making sense. I don't want to get too much into the nitty gritty. Um, but yeah, I think my point is the key here is like doing the weekly planning, I think is so much easier than doing the daily planning. So if you haven't tried that, give that a try and let me know how it works. So now I'm really getting into like my 3 tips here. So that was like bonus tip number 1A or something. So tip number 1 is brain dumps, which I think I talked about a little bit in one of my productivity um, live shows. But this I really like to do for the monthly planning, especially, or just anytime I feel overwhelmed. Because I don't know about you, but I get overwhelmed like super easily. Like I'll be like running around the house trying to get stuff done or trying to clean up or whatever, and just be like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and things keep popping into my head, and it's like almost paralyzing. So that's when I sit down and just do a brain dump of like everything on my mind, and honestly, it usually only turns out to be like 3 things, but it just feels like so much more when it's in your head. So the beginning of the month, I do a huge brain dump of just like everything I want to get done, anything I can think of, and it's if I don't get it, I put that in an Excel sheet. If I don't get it done, then it can move to the next month or whatever. That's just like my messy brain dump list. So I like to do that monthly, but then anytime that things are overwhelming you or you feel like you have a lot to do, write it all down and instantly, even if it is like 100 things, hopefully not, even if it is like a lot of things, it'll be so much less intimidating once it's like written down. It won't be so scary. So that's tip number 1. Number 2, this is huge for me. Start paying attention to how much time it takes you to do certain tasks. Especially this works really well with like household type tasks. Like I've noticed really anything in the house, like cleaning wise, takes about 10 to 12 minutes, literally. Like no matter how, it's so crazy. No matter how many dishes there are, no matter how messy the kitchen is, laundry is a different story because if there's a mountain of laundry, it takes forever. Or like if I just want to clean one bathroom or vacuum one room or like the whole downstairs even, it usually takes just 10 to 12 minutes. It's amazing. So knowing that, like, it's a lot more motivating to be like, okay, I can do this now. I've got 10 minutes to do it. And we recently got Google Home. So, and I'm sure like Alexa or what, there are other ones too. I don't know. So I'm just like, hey Google, set a timer for 12 minutes. And then that makes me like want to do it even faster because now I know I'm like up against the clock. And then when the timer goes off, hopefully I'm done. And if not, then I'm like, okay, that's it. I was just going to do 12 minutes of cleaning and timer went off. So time to move on. I can finish it another day. So start paying attention, how long it takes for things to get done.